Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
No, it's fucking not. It's Oslo. Welcome to another episode of Games Journalism. Bottom text.
That in 2020, so I think that's really important to remember amongst all the games and trailers. All right, well, one way as a community, one gay.
That's a great place to start. Gamescom 2020. Instead of talking about developers being shitty, let's talk about some video games. Let's not start this video on a complete downer. Gamescom is the once-a-year international gaming convention that takes place in Cologne, Germany. And just like every other event that happened this year, it's primarily digital. And at the very beginning, they had a little announcement thing with Jeff Keighley. But I don't fucking care about Jeff. I care about the games. And there are a few things that got me excited this year. One of them being the DLC for Doom Eternal, baby!
Let's fucking go!
We got a trailer for the Ancient Gods Part 1, featuring submarines, possession, a con maker looking enemy. Oh, and 2 Marauders at once. I can already see the Kotaku headlines now. New Doom DLC is the Dark Souls of standalone expansion packs. Oh yeah, that's right, this is gonna be a standalone expansion. So if you don't own Doom Eternal, you could just buy this. But if you're a real fucking Chad, you already have Doom Eternal. One of the bigger surprises from the show was a game called Teardown, a co-op heist game that takes place in a completely destructible environment. Also, I'm a sucker for that low poly art style, and this game's definitely going on my radar. And speaking of games that have been on my radar, Dragon Age 4. Now, real quick backstory between me and Dragon Age. I fucking love Dragon Age Origins.
Everyone likes
Dragon Age Origins.
The world, the characters.
I myself have also never done it. That. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course, but you know.
I'm an adult virgin.
The meaningful choices you got to make. Combat did what it needed to do. And the music.
Good.
Then we got Dragon Age 2.
What the frick are you guys doing? All you frickin' fan freaks and your frickin' fantasies spewed out at you by frickin' poop merchants! I'm tired of all you fricks! I am so frickin' mad! I am so frickin' mad! I mean, you guys have officially made me lose my marbles!
And once that fucking nightmare was over, we got Dragon Age Inquisition. A lot of people liked Inquisition, I wasn't one of them. Game didn't grab me at the right place, I think I got burnt out in the hinterlands. Point I'm trying to fucking make though, boys. I fucking love Dragon Age Origins, and I just hope that one day they'll recapture that magic. But then I saw this behind the scenes video. Yeah, we didn't even get a fucking trailer, we just got a behind the scenes video. Featuring people talking vaguely about the game.
You really feel like you're the hero in the Dragon Age world and you're saving people.
Holy shit!
In the next Dragon Age, you get an opportunity to see new things, new places, and interact with people who lived and grew up in these spaces as well.
Excuse me, what?
Something that we'll be able to look forward to in Dragon Age is a really close relationship with game characters who really become real for you.
It broke new ground!
Remote meetings.
I love that character so much.
That's awesome. What are you talking about?
Some pretty artwork.
Neat.
And I think people working on the game, at least I fucking hope they were working on the game, because I feel like this is the one that's make or break for BioWare.
We're very experimental here at BioWare, so we're always coming up with new stuff.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Yes.
If you boys remember Anthem.
I can't believe you're really here. The subreddit flipped out. I flipped out on Kinda Funny Games Daily. No Anthem at EA Play. What's happening?
Of course we're going to come to EA Play. We've got a booth out there with lots of fans coming through to play it. But really the big thing for us this year is working with our influencers and game changers.
Sure.
We have our new update called the Cataclysm on our public test server. And our time here this weekend is really about talking to them, getting feedback from all our players so we can make that a great game update.
Good. All right, good. You got the marketing spiel out of the way, man. Talk to me. It's been interesting 4 months for Anthem. It's been an interesting 4 months. What have you guys learned? What are you pivoting? What's happening?
Yeah, look, it's been a wild ride. You know, we've learned a lot of lessons over the last 4 months. I think one of the most important ones was just around listening to player feedback better.
Sure.
And so we spent some time really trying to get this PTS game update out, making sure instead of us saying to players, hey, this is what we think's really exciting, just give them the game update and say, you come and tell us, what are the things that you do like and the things that you don't like.
Well,
We're really trying to pivot more into that so that we can learn more from what the players want.
That's what I found so fascinating when we were talking earlier, right? Is the fact that the public test server is there for people to get in, and you guys don't want to be like telling people what's cool. You want to start building this game with them.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what we think, it only matters what the players think. They're the ones playing the game, so if they love it, great. And if they don't, they'll tell us the feedback and we'll do our best to address it.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Then you know this is the last chance BioWare's gonna get from EA. Or else I fear they're gonna get a shallow grave right next to Pandemic. Something I'm actually excited about that comes from EA.
Say
Yeah, I know how weird that statement sounded, but the hell if I care, because we're getting Medal of Honor in virtual reality. Full title is Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. The trailer shows off a really good sense of interactivity.
But you really should stop. There is no future in it.
My only hang-up is that it's an Oculus exclusive, and Oculus makes you sign into Facebook, and I'm sorry, I just don't want Mr. Zuck.
Hello, my name is Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook and Instagram. I am here to tell you that in partnership with CNN, I am declaring war on me's.
I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna kick your ass.
To know that I'm killing goddamn Nazis in virtual reality. Another game that took me by surprise was something called GigaBash, aka Kaiju Power Stone.
Right on.
Add in a little Rampage with the fully destructible cities, and a little bit of Super Smash Bros. From the moveset and the on and offline multiplayers. I really want this game to do well. We really don't have a lot of Power Stone type fighters, and this one lets you chuck buildings at people, like your friends, if you have friends. But I don't have friends, I just have a Japanese man tied up in my basement. Back on topic to Gamescom, one of the biggest trends from the convention was Cyberpunk games. I got no idea why, it just seems like the whole industry has just got Cyberpunk shit on its mind right now.
Hell yeah. So it just goes to show that waiting for things is like worth it. But there's a lot of bad things in this world, dude. Like fucking skunks, dude. Hell no.
Some of the best Cyberpunk games I saw this year were Ghost Runner. This game looks like Katana Zero in first person. And then on the other side of the spectrum, we got Game Deck. You're a gamer detective. Think of yourself as a neckbeard Tex Murphy. Stupid jokes aside, it's a non-combat RPG, focusing more on detective work and problem solving. Those things are pretty neat, and the game comes out in 2021 for the Nintendo Switch. And then somewhere in the middle of our Cyberpunk spectrum, we have... I'm not gonna try to pronounce that game. Yeah, that. The game gives me Deus Ex vibes, from the exploration and the setting, and the combat looks like Yakuza, and it's all brought together by these 2D sprites in this 3D environment, giving the game a really memorable look. Everything else from the event kind of just melded together for me into a giant ball of I don't care, with the exception of the new Call of Duty. I'm pretty excited for that. Full title, Call of Duty 17 Black Ops Cold War. Direct sequel to Black Ops 1. Across the board, probably my favorite Call of Duty, definitely the one I put most time into. The campaign was awesome.
We want the numbers, Mason. That's all we've ever wanted.
But the multiplayer... Chef kisses. The maps, Summit, Radiation, WMD. I fucking love Nuketown. Sure, it's a bigger clusterfuck than a family reunion, but it's fun. The wager matches were gambling with fake money before you had to use real money to gamble in games. And the best maps for Nazi zombies. You had the perfect loop of Kino, and then 5...
Sounds like someone breaking in!
Just a storm, Dick. Sit down.
Fucking 5...
Zombies. Gentlemen, at times like these, our capacity to retaliate must be and has to be massive to deter all forms of aggression. Gentlemen, lock and load.
Viva la revolución! Any last words, Mr. President? Yes, Jack. Any superlative words of inspiration for our humble troops?
Do not pray for easy lives, my friends. Pray to be stronger men.
But that was the old Black Ops, and a lot's changed with Call of Duty since then. Which brings us to Cold War, which is going to be a direct sequel to Black Ops narrative-wise. And the opening to the trailer was the most Vietnam thing ever.
This war was a lie. Years of blood. Just to light the fuse of a secret war, decades in the making.
And Ronnie Reagan's in there, and we're not gonna fucking fail him. Information on the multiplayer is coming soon, and the game's launching on November 13th. It's gonna be a cross-gen game.
It's cool.
The next-gen versions are gonna cost more.
Life sucks.
And you can get a cross-gen bundle for $90.
LODS of AMONE. What's they spell? Loads of money, probably.
Fuck, I could watch kids fall off bikes all day. I don't give a shit about your kids.
Oh shit!
Explosion sounds.
Now it's time to talk about developers not being so cash money. A two-parter with the first part covering Hardsuit Labs, developers of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, a long-awaited sequel to a cult classic. Well, like a lot of games that are in development right now, it got delayed to 2021.
And another one bites the dust.
In their delay statement, the developers talk about organizational changes, which I originally thought maybe you're bringing on more staff to help you guys just really bang this out in 2021. Jump ahead a couple weeks.
Hi, Clooney. I'm the creative director at Hardsuit Labs.
And
Brian Midsold.
We're fired out of the fucking blue.
That's not cool.
Hardsuit put out a pretty bitch boy statement. And Mike reached out to Rock Paper Shotgun to give them a statement. Now I can already hear little Timmy in the fucking back asking why Mike is so important. He was the writer of the first game, and if the first game goes down in history for one fucking thing, it's probably gonna be its writing.
Oh, what the? Who that bear claw's not sitting too pretty. Oh, jeez. Evacuate the area. Or whatever the heck you are, I recommend you vacate the area immediately before I radio for additional security personnel. That really knocked a few years off the old ticker.
Don't be ashamed of your appearance, young one. The beast in us takes many forms, but all are beautiful in their own way. And this need only be the beginning.
Welcome to Sang's Herbal Remedies. I am Sang. How may I... Sang is not licensed to medical advice, but I don't think herbs will help your special condition.
Replacing them with
Alexander Mandrick.
This guy. So you better buckle the hell up, boys, because this game's development just went from 0 to yikes. Now on to our B story, another tale of extreme.
Yikes!
This one starring Lab Zero, the developers behind Skullgirl and Indivisible. And this all started when a large number of staff left the company.
When Mike Zaymont, their boss,
over sexual harassment allegations from the FGC, and for making stupid comments on a live stream. So then they left. And then Mike fired everybody else.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Zero labs, more like 0 employees. I made the joke. I did it. The board wanted Mike to step down. Mike's response to that was dismantling the fucking board. And the response to firing everybody was not being able to meet payroll requirements. Now the big question is what's going to happen to Skullgirls? Because Lab Zero doesn't own the IP. Autumn Games does. And it seems like they're just going to move on from Mike and his baby back bullshit. Moral of the story, when you're in charge of a company, you gotta set an example, I guess. Don't be a fucking degenerate and have some of your staff leave. Then fire the rest of them. Then dissolve the board and go mad with power. Because then no one's gonna want to work with you. But I cannot wait to see where the story of Mike Z takes him next. Maybe it's jail. Maybe he's gonna go work at another games company and totally ruin that one. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. So Sony wants more games on the PC.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And this little bit of news comes from the sexiest source, the Sony 2020 Corporate Report. Aw, yeah. And this makes a lot of fucking sense. Horizon Zero Dawn and Death Stranding did very well on the PC, and I already knew what was going through the suits' heads. So we're making money on this PS4 thing, and we're gonna make money on this PS5 thing. But what if we make money on the computer? I could see a few more big exclusives getting ported over. Spider-Man maybe, Ghost of Tsushima, the Shadow of the Colossus remake would look great on PC. But this is Sony's chance to bring back the forgotten gems. I'm talking the Resistance trilogy, Warhawk, Motorstorm, and the tippity top of my dream port wishlist, Fat fucking Princess. That game was awesome. Now imagine that hack and slash capture the flag with fat chicks, but on Steam with your boys and the rest of the world. Next thing! We got another direct from Nintendo. Let's just get this out of the way right away. No Breath of the Wild 2 news, I'll hang myself later. But this direct was something special. It was a whole bunch of Mario shit because Mario's 35 years old now. So we got a bunch of Mario related announcements. The first one being a 3D Mario All-Stars collection.
That's what I'm talking about.
Remasters of Mario 64, Sunshine, my favorite, and Galaxy, but no Galaxy 2.
I keep having this nagging feeling that I've forgotten something.
Hey, if you forgot it, it probably wasn't all that important.
Yeah, I guess.
How could this happen to me? You just made my
I guess that's the redheaded stepchild of the Mario platformers. Now, are you boys ready for the stupid part? Because it's Nintendo and they can't do something cool without doing something stupid. It's gonna be a limited release for both physical and digital.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
So this will only be available on September 18th when it comes out, all the way to March 2021. I can see limiting the physical copies for like collector's purposes and shit, but why cut the supply on the digital copies? That's just leaving money on the table, Nintendo. We're also getting an enhanced edition of 3D World, and if you guys are forgetting, that's the one on the Wii U with the cats. That enhanced edition is also coming with more content, and you can play that on the Switch in February of next year. Last big thing and note from the Direct is that we're getting a Mario Battle Royale, just in case you need another Battle Royale in your life. I cannot wait for Nintendo to do the Pikmin Battle Royale, but until then, I'm just craving a Battle Royale with cheese. Do you like XCOM combat, good writing, frolicking through a post-apocalyptic winter wonderland, and murder, lots and lots of murder? Well, I sure do, and that's why I'm recommending Wasteland 3. Wasteland the Third is the latest CRPG from In Exile. They made Bard's Tale and a couple other games, but more importantly nowadays, Wasteland 2. Another really good CRPG that got a fuck ton of money on Kickstarter, and didn't fuck it up. Looking at you, Inafune. In Wasteland 3, you are sent from a fucked Arizona to a somehow more fucked Colorado. All because Boomer G.I. Joe can't handle his kids. You'll be splitting your time in Wasteland 3 between exploration and meeting new people, and then shooting those people if you don't get along with them. Then loot their corpses and then struggle with the inventory system because you're playing on the Xbox One. In all fairness, the inventory is the only part I struggled with, and that could be because I'm just a fucking idiot. However, what does feel great is the combat. Feels a lot like the rebooted XCOM. No, not the Bureau, the good XCOM games. The combat also never really gets stale because there's so many unique enemies, locations, and traps in the areas. Big ups to the giant heat ray in the Garden of the Gods. And I just want to tell you boys one combat encounter I had because it's fucking awesome. Me and my party just got done cutting a deal with the local mob boss. We took care of some fuckwit for him, and in return he's gonna give us guns and gangster staff for our base.
I'll have 2 number 9s. A number 9 large.
With the deal done, me and the boys headed out of the office and back downstairs into the nightclub. Because he's a mob boss, of course he's gonna have a nightclub. Then a gaggle of law nerds came in and started talking to me about ethics. And then an all-out bar fight broke the fuck out. Bartenders pulled out guns, blackjack dealers started punching cops in the fucking face. Even the disco robots started to fight. Meanwhile, me and my party are pinned down on the stairs, so we had to shoot our way out. But after a few turns and a lot of dead bodies later, we walked away with tons of experience and fat-ass loot. Fucking love this game. Quick shout out to some of my favorite characters. Big ups to the prisoner who survives on shit mushrooms. I maybe shouldn't have let him out, but I did. I'm probably gonna regret that later. The 2 teenagers who wanted me to buy them beer, and his fucking cat that has carried me through more combat experiences than I would like to admit. I highly recommend Wasteland 3. It's on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Oakley dokley boys, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching another one of my weird ass videos. Cyberbullying is always encouraged on my Twitter at BasedOslo. More content coming soon. Thank you so much again for watching. Be safe and make good choices.